So, I have to ask you a question, and I don't want you to be offended by it. How smart are you?
No offense, but...
My friends, but are you an idiot? By chance. Possibly.
Fuck, is that what I'm looking for?
Let me ask you a different question.
I has good brains.
I come up with a logic puzzle that someone with a lore of 3 would be able to figure out.
Okay.
But only with someone with a lore of 3 would be able to figure out. And then I lay that on him.
Alright, so you turn a mental test into the same scale as a physical test.
Yes.
Alright.
But it is favored.
So what's the pool you're using? Int lore?
Yes.
Okay, cool. What's your int lore pool?
This many.
What's your int lore pool?
This many.
Cool. He is able to suss out your puzzle.
I don't know much about those sticks you use or other things like that, but I do consider myself reasonably knowledgeable.
So is it raw smarts, or is it book smarts?
What do you think?
I think it's raw smarts, but I need to ask him just
They don't have books! He can't read!
We
You
don't
know this!
have a lot of...
Okay, so raw smarts.
You were
So we need to
there.
increase your book smarts. I'll be right back.
The hell?
I start, instead of fortifying my skin, I start to fortify my brain.
My behind eyes spot.
The space
I'm gonna
that
assume that
hurts
we
when
found
I
it in
use
that
it
time.
too
I
much.
was gonna
Yes.
say, Carmine and
Not Sophia.
Ruben.
And I
That's
just-
severe.
Reuben, the sandwich with a C before it.
Yes,
Croissant Reuben.
I
That's what we
almost
remember
called
his
you
name.
Other Saphir. So
He's much better than Saphir. He's doing very
Yeah.
well.
It is 11:30, by the way.
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Just walking around going, if I were a library, where would I be?
Through process
Middle
of
of town.
elimination, you guys do find it
Yes.
because he pointed out most of the areas already, and
Yep.
you assumed it wasn't in the bathhouses or
Yes, it's probably not in the toilets.
Conditioning room.
conditioning room.
The room that I'm not going back in. The BDSM room.
Why not? Sounds like a jolly good time.
I was like, I don't like it in there. I'm good.
Just bring you and a dozen of your closest friends.
Oh my god.
So much grease, we needed a safety word.
That would be a throwback situation.
broccoli!
So
we have such sights to show you.
it's not the greatest library that you've ever seen. You've seen some pretty fucking awesome libraries. But it would be considered like a very, very well stocked study in
Okay.
in a
More stuff.
modern day wealthy person's
Oh,
house.
okay, cool.
Kinky sex.
We're not talking Beauty and the Beast here.
Well, yeah.
This is actually. Did you guys watch Lemony Snicket?
Yes.
Yeah.
The
Justice
the
Strauss's
Ju-
library?
Justice-
That's what I was
Justice's
thinking of.
library. That is
Cool.
that is perfect.
Cool.
It's not quite as boring looking because a lot of the tomes are much more ancient and
Yes.
varied, but that's what you see.
Cool.
We go through this pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And specifically, as soon as you like walk in there and the doors are still open, I blaze past you, go to a specific, very small shelf where there are like the exalted version of composition notebooks. There's like volumes of them. I like fish through them, grab one, and then I'm gone.
Quickly.
No, I got
He knew where the freaking library was.
Yeah, he did.
No, he knew where his notebook was.
No books.
Notebooks.
They just happen to be in the library.
I'm looking for the oldest, like, fucking gnarliest looking occult book that I can find.
It's the one that I gave you.
The one about,
The first age occult book. Yeah.
yeah.
That's probably the oldest and gnarliest one you're
I
gonna
meant, like, in the library.
Yeah.
So I was looking for extra resources, but...
You find one that looks like it's made out of. It's obviously leather, but it's been crafted to look like roots
Mhm.
as the spine and covers. So it's like very, very heavily textured.
It's literally gnarly.
Yeah. And it has like gold filigree like writing on the front, but it's in some language that doesn't look. It may be a symbol or it may be words from a language you don't know.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that book, I'm going to take the book he gave me, I'm going to go sit down, because there are comfy chairs, because I fucking said there are, and I'm gonna like open one, I'm gonna open the other. And she just like curls up in a chair like this with these two things, and she's just like twisting her one wrist and watching and like reading and then trying to read this book and then reading and then trying to read this book and going back and forth.
Do you look like you're struggling?
I mean, she clearly gets through one significantly easier than she gets through the other one.
Get a linguistic roll for me somewhere.
Yeah, it's favored, but it doesn't mean that I can read whatever it is. I already have my languages, I have 4. What?
If you buy a new dot, you can get a new language.
Yeah, I know, but I was trying to...
She was stunting.
Doing a thing, Joe! I
Trying to help.
I know what I can do with favored dots, I'm not a rookie. What am I doing?
Give me an intelligence linguistics.
Okay.
And or intelligence occult.
Yep.
There you go.
I'm gonna go with that second thing.
And take 2 dots. Because
2 dots.
yeah, just take 2 dots of linguistics.
Yes! I know so many languages.
2 dots worth of dice, please.
Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4.
Okay. You're definitely able to read through the older looking script of the language that you actually know in the left book.
Mhm.
The right one, you're pretty sure it's written in formulas.
Ooh.
Like, not actual, like, language, but, like, essentially the occult version of an entire book written in algebra.
Oh god.
Algebraic.
Mathematical.
Sounds awful.
It does sound awful.
Rhombuses are weird.
What languages? Like, when I take, because I'm going to buy a dot after this.
Rhombus
'cause
is a
of
shape.
reason.
Bitch with Jory.
Like, what do I put down for the, like, just math? Like, math question mark?
Again, the formulas are occult formulas in regards to summoning spells and
Okay, so that would add to my,
convert-
like, summoning specialty.
essence
Well,
conversion. Some of it, yes. It covers a lot of different occult things. If you had the ability to cast magic, you might even be able to glean a few spells just based on some of the theories that are in here.
Okay.
Um,
Like, I know of spell use, but I obviously don't do it
yeah,
myself.
yeah. Like a lot of it would be like, it could probably be a thing, but I lack the ability to test my theory.
Okay.
This may be where you learn one or more of your spells.
Yeah. I would probably actually, because I know you do magic, I'd be like, is this a thing? Like a magic thing? I thought he did.
No,
Why
I
do
do the same thing you do.
Oh,
Thaumaturgy.
I know you do sorcery. You still might know, I don't know.
Yeah, let's
Oh.
think of less spells.
Oh.
Or do a little bit. You explain it to me like, yeah, makes sense. That
If I can keep this.
that was the book that he didn't give you?
No, you gave me that one.
That one was the one without spells in it, right?
Yes.
Alright.
Actually, it was just first aid.
I don't know what's in it. He does.
Fuckery?
It was the one from the lady, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is first age thaumaturgy,
Cool.
which, by and large, is better than any thaumaturgy that is chilling out right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's more efficient. It's able to be more powerful. Some of the most complex things can actually rival actual sorcery.
What? Like, how far does it get in terms of, like, summoning something?
It actually goes quite extensively into summoning, and
Okay.
how essentially the bigger it gets, it's still the same basic ideas.
Okay.
The only thing is not having the right safeguards in place. Many times being a very large stick to hit the thing that was going to show up.
Yep. Makes sense.
Can be dangerous. It has copious warnings in the margins not to try this at home and to stick to first circle demons.
As I'm reading that part, I think to myself, and I think I, like, murmur out loud a little bit, but I'm not a...
Like a magic mop, but it has to like plants and stuff. It's really cool.
You're at somewhat something.
I'm not going to try to summon Lightyear here, I promise.
But yeah, like it straight up like goes through step by step how easy it is to turn a first circle summoning circle into like a second circle.
It just actually needs cat ears.
Basically,
That's all it is.
like goes from being like the one pretty basic circle with like some pointy things and like a couple of things here and there to like a much more just intricate version thereof.
Is there a circle in there that matches my tattoo?
There's one that looks like it's similar.
Okay.
Um,
Figure out this one yet.
Yeah, there's things like how travel tattoos all kind of look alike.
From
It's kind of like that, but each circle is specific
I was
to the thing that it's supposed to
Cool.
pop up.
Figured that out.
Not the second one.
I thought it was going to be in Bauer. The one that used to be part of last year.
Oh, yes, I did. That's right.
So what I'm doing is that I'm looking at the indexes and like maybe like author blurbs. Like I'm not looking at the content of the books, but I'm looking at the information I can glean about people, locations like Joseph of the Spire Mountains, and then cross-reference with like this was a person from First Age that was based specifically around this location. I'm trying to glean
I believe.
geographical locations and people of interest who would deal with occult more.
There are tons and tons and tons of references to
I'm also doing this 10
to-
times speed of normal.
to like strong mortal, thaumaturgists, sorcerers of varying levels, whether they be dragon blooded. There's some references to some solar as well as lunar
Yeah, when I
sorcerers.
see something like that big, I like put it in a book next to you. Like these are things that we need to look at later in detail.
The one thing that you do keep noting though is that most of these beings are probably no longer around
Yeah,
because this library is quite old and hasn't
Not
been
very.
updated
Old as
but
balls.
it's what they
from
left
some
behind.
notebooks in many years.
It's what they possibly left behind. Maybe manses, maybe other works.
There are specifically no mentions on where to find manses. Those were usually secrets.
Yeah.
I return and I wait for you to finish fortifying your mind.
All right, so 3 weeks later.
I get bored. Well, no, Laura's favorite for him, right?
Oh, okay.
Instead of doing the oh, actually when I hit my head, I do that like, oh, all right.
Okay.
Do we want to pause it? And
Yeah.
continue it later.
It's probably a good idea.
I need
It's
to
pretty
like
late.
leave.
I slap a notebook.
Like, I have work in the morning.
Slap him
You
with
have
a
wait.
notebook.
What?
I need to wake up at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Why?
Dennis works.
Jen,
What?
Dennis, don't
4:30 for what?
Yeah.
don't
I'm
sleep.
sorry.
Don't sleep
Sorry.
instead. It's better.
Can I borrow the cheat sheet?